Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Palace here. It's a beautiful day. Got a great story. It's Scooby Doo and the Thanksgiving Mystery. Really good story. Scooby Doo, Shaggy, and the gang were getting ready for their Thanksgiving dinner. First things first, Velma said. We have to get food. Like, yeah, Shaggy agreed. So, what are we doing here? Farmer Green's farm. We're getting fresh vegetables from the farm, Daphne said. Vegetables? Scooby made a face. Come on, good buddy, Shaggy whispered. Maybe there's a pizza place close by. Excited, Fred, Daphne, and Velma jumped out of the mystery machine. Shaggy and Scooby moved slowly, until... Hey, look, Shaggy shouted. Pumpkin pie eating contest. Farmer Green's pumpkin pie eating contest today. I would be great at that. That sounds like fun, Velma said. But the contest is on the other side of the farm, Daphne added. Down the big hill, past all the pumpkin patches and vegetable gardens. Let's pick our vegetables first, suggested Fred. Fred, Velma, and Daphne looked at the lettuce and squash. Like, let's get a move on, Shaggy grumbled. We've been doing this for 5 minutes already. Uh-oh. Finally, Shaggy nudged Velma. Ah! Screamed. Ah! Scooby echoed. Velma had disappeared. In her place stood a spooky pumpkin head monster. Velma? Cried Shaggy. What's happened to you? The pumpkin head didn't answer. It reached out one stiff arm. Shaggy grabbed Scooby. Scooby grabbed Shaggy. Rope! Cried Scooby. Hope is right, said Shaggy. They raced over to Fred. But Fred was gone. He turned into a pumpkin head, just like Velma, Shaggy yelled. Daphne? Scooby yelped. But Daphne had changed into a pumpkin head too. The pumpkin heads swayed closer. Their arms stretched out toward Shaggy and Scooby, twisting and reaching. Shaggy and Scooby ran. Vines wrapped around their arms. Garden hoses wound around their legs. Zoinks! Cried Shaggy. Everything's alive! Finally, the two friends tripped right into a pumpkin patch. That was scary. In a flash, they leaped to their feet. What's going on? Shaggy groaned. confused. His voice sounded strange, hollow. Then he looked at Scooby and screamed. "Oh!" Scooby pointed at Shaggy and howled. They'd been turning into pumpkin head monsters too. The buddies tumbled and stumbled and rolled down the hill. "Farmhouse, here we come!" Shaggy shouted. Crash! They landed on the long table. From opposite ends, they slid across the top of it. Splat! They stopped. Scooby and Shaggy were scared. They were frightened. They were hungry. They gulped down pie after pie after pie. At last, they staggered to their feet. "We've got an audience, Scoob, old pal," said Shaggy. "Raffney! Rama! Red!" said Scooby. "You've been turned back into humans." "One minute you guys were standing by the vegetables," Shaggy explained, "and the next minute horrible pumpkin head monsters were there instead." Velma laughed. "Ha ha ha! Those pumpkin heads were always there." Velma went on. "You just didn't see them because Fred, Daphne, and I were standing in front of them. Farmer Green needed us to judge the pie-eating contest, so we had to leave the vegetable patch right away. There was no time to explain. Until now." "It must have seemed like we disappeared," said Daphne and the Pumpkinheads. "Took our places." "But they were reaching for us," Shaggy protested. Velma shook her head. "It was very windy today. The wind must have moved the Pumpkinhead's arm." "What about those vines and hoses?" asked Shaggy. "They tried to grab us too." Velma sighed. "You ran so fast you were tripping," she said. "It's all your imagination, guys." "Oh yeah?" Shaggy asked again. He knocked on his pumpkin head. "Like, is this my imagination too?" Fred pulled the pumpkin off of Shaggy. "You must have fallen," said Velma, "right into these jack-o'-lanterns." Yeah, said Shaggy. Now that he thought about it, he and Scooby did take a nasty tumble in the pumpkin patch. "Thanks and all," he continued, "but who won the pumpkin pie eating contest?" "You guys did, of course," said Daphne. "And here comes your prize." All at once, Scooby's eyes widened in fear. Shaggy turned pale. "It's another pumpkin head!" "For real!" Shaggy yelled. He and Scoob ran away as fast as they could. "Wait!" Daphne called after them. "It's only Farmer Green! He's holding your prize, a giant pumpkin!" Shaggy and Scooby were already down the road, running across the street, around the corner, and right into a pizza stand. "Finally," said Shaggy. "Thanksgiving dinner." "Happy Thanksgiving!" Hope you enjoyed it. I love the story, and I'll see you soon, boys and girls.